What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast, and we got a great live stream. I was just here a couple of minutes ago, and my guy came in the chat, let me know he was available. And this is the first time, actually, we're doing the stream together solo. The first one was with that big round table with Philly 500, LB, Gate City, Philly Fresh Meat, and Shakes. But go ahead and introduce yourself for the people who don't know you on my channel, and for Joey's channel, now you know who I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joey Shake 72, guys. You guys know what it is. Shake Squad up, everybody. Glad to get together with Philly Mike. I know we've been trying to do this for a while, but there's definitely a lot to talk about today. And a late night stream for Philly Mike is not the usual. It's like me when I was usually doing that a lot of times, but those are tough streams, man. It's getting them real late. So appreciate you bringing me on last minute, and I want to do something tonight anyway. I was actually just supposed to make a video tonight and just call it a day till the stream tomorrow, but appreciate you letting me on today.
Hey, man, great content, great content. Ain't nobody really get up to quick news faster than Joey Shakes. I mean, you got the content creators out there, the LBs, the 500s, the Gay Cities, the Fresh. Everybody's great in their own way, but the one thing Joey Shakes is quick to a dime with is if something drops, he don't care where he is, how we got to do it. He'll get a 2-3 minute quick video out if he needs to, and that's what I like. Always keep everybody up to date, because look, at this point, we kind of don't want to know what's going on in the Eagles, because if a news breaks, it probably means somebody else is injured or we took another L. But look, it all got to stop. There's two ways we come out of Sunday. We come out of Sunday with a W, and it's not all over. The losing's not over. The problems in the locker room and the coaching and the quarterback and the defense is not over, but we survive another week and we build off that. Sometimes all you need is a win just to snap yourself out of it. It could be against the Bengals. Who cares at this point? How do you feel about Sunday?
I don't care if we beat the Bengals by a point. I just want to win. I think we just need to go in that right direction to get some type, just to get in front and do something, because this offense has been nothing. You can't say it's productive, and it's not looking good right now on both sides of the football. We thought maybe the defense wasn't that bad the first game, but we really saw the true colors. Jim Schwartz didn't really have a good game plan for that game. And we're really looking at Carson Wentz. I mean, the offensive line, I think we're okay now. I don't think it's that Isaac Seumalo is out, but they're definitely. I've been really enjoying Jack Driscoll and especially Nate Herbig. That's been pretty good at right guard. So I think it's all about the game planning, not looking, with the play calling being predictable, and it's been pretty much predictable. And Carson's got to get that ball in there. We've had guys open, but unfortunately, we just got to do better.
I agree. Listen, the ESPN show, I forgot what it's called, the Good Morning Football, whatever it is. I don't really watch with the Rex Wine and all them guys, but 20 off-throw targets, which leads the league. Like, the 4 interceptions lead the league. The 20 off-throw targets lead the league. 8 sacks in one game leads the league. Like, I don't know what else to say. But I will hold my hat off what we knew about Carson Wentz prior to this year. We weren't all excited for no reason. So let's just be honest. He's playing bad. There's no sugarcoating it. The greatest Carson Wentz supporter has to come out and say he's bad. But here's my thing. Is he going to continue it? Are we going to pull the trigger on him too early? Because look, I understand we're in the moment. If we're playing Madden, just sub them out. Put somebody else in and play the game. But after the game's over, you start over and you go about your day. This is an organizational decision that is going to have repercussions from the top to the bottom in our future, money-wise and everything. So I don't feel we can pull the trigger this early. Now, he goes out and plays a stinker against the Bengals. Well, then you're at an all-time low, and decisions have to be made. I don't know exactly what decision needs to be made, but decisions got to be made. But again, you're still talking about the money situation, and just everything that goes along with it. The Bengals defense is not good. Baker Mayfield and the Browns are struggling, and they came out of their shell against the Bengals. No Trey Waynes. They signed him from the Vikings. He was supposed to be their number one corner. He has yet to play. No Geno Atkins, which is important because now look, here I can already see the picture. The Bengals give up 185 yards per game on the ground so far in 2 games. This is a small sample size, but I can see Miles Sanders coming out with like 2 touchdowns and $150 total yards, and they're like, well, we won the game, but Carson Wentz wasn't good. At this point, it's Carson Wentz got to do what he got to do. If he audibles the play, audible to a run if it's successful. Just win the game, and you got to be a key part. You just can't lose the game, and then we build from that. What is your take when it comes to just Carson Wentz in general?
When I made my video after week 1, and I was pissed off. I have to say, I didn't want to do it because I knew the backlash I was going to get from it, but I was tired of it because ever since that injury in 2017, the guy hasn't been the same. He has not, and for some reason, he's not rolling out of the pocket. He's thrown off the back foot. Even the simple throws, like he's throwing a screen pass to Deshaun Jackson, and it's going behind him. The one that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the end zone was wide open, didn't get the ball in front of him, but pretty much got the ball behind him. It's just been an issue, and look, if I critique Carson Wentz because I know he could play better, because I'm not telling him that Hurts could start over him, but the controversy is already starting to happen because I went to that Philadelphia Eagles when they had their post game after the game, and the live chat was going crazy saying Hurts, bench Wentz. I'm not really on that train yet. I think I'm on the train of getting rid of Howie Roseman right now, but I'm not on the train right now because once you bench Carson Wentz, it's done. Like the confidence is out, it's done. You're going to be dealing with a situation where I don't want to be that offense where it's going to be like which quarterback plays better will start every week, and it's just going to be crazy. But with the Jalen Hurts pick and everything, they had him in the 2 plays, looking like he's going to get the ball. And how many times you're going to get away with that? I really don't know at this point how many times you're going to get with that. But he's got a lot to prove, and I think the pressure, the pressure is there, and I think Nick Foles winning a Super Bowl. I think there was a lot of pressure after that year, and Carson's injury lingered for a year and a half, tried to come back, and just hasn't been that guy. So I'm not giving up on Carson Wentz yet, but I'm okay right now because I'm not as pissed off about it right now because the game hasn't started yet. But I think you were right about the run game with Miles Sanders. I think they need to balance that. Look, after the second half of that Rams game, running the ball down their throats. I mean, it was amazing. And then all of a sudden he gets so aggressive, thinking, he just chucks that to the end zone, thinking there must be somebody wide open, and there's not. So these are the things we really have to see. I mean, Carson, I think the more times Carson Wentz gets hit in the game, the worse he gets. You could tell when he's flustered. You could tell when he's confused. Then I see him laughing on the sideline. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but it's not looking good in my book right now. But this is going to be a big game against a really bad team, but I'm getting those Miami Dolphin vibes. I'm getting that vibe from last year when we came into a game. We said, "Oh, that should be no problem to beat the Miami Dolphins. It should be no problem beating the Bengals with Joe Burrow." But Joe Burrow has never lost 2 games in a row in his career, even in college. So that guy's hungry to come out. You might not have, has Mixon, AJ Green, a couple guys on offense, but as a team, I don't think they're good. But the Eagles make more mistakes, shoot themselves in the foot. We could lose this game.
Hey, shout out to the people who saying they love this collab. We're going to do this more often, definitely. But let me just say this to piggyback off him. Here's the thing, though. If we get that Miami Dolphins game, that's the game you see Carson Wentz play great and we still lose. How do we feel about this team then? Because let me say this. Carson Wentz is playing trash, basuda. And if I knew how to say it in Chinese, I would try to say it that way too. But listen, the defense ain't much better. So we're not a quarterback away from winning. I mean, the defense, if you have not checked out my Rams versus Eagles breakdown, I mean, wow. Even in the run game, we were bad. Nathan Gary keeping his eyes in the backfield. There's a lot of eye candy going around. You knew this going into the game. You got to relax. But look, I broke down Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in my preview. For those who subscribe to my channel, if you haven't watched my Eagles versus Bengals preview, go check it out. talk about the Eagles and Bengals, but I'll also break down some tape on all 22. Listen, what scares me is this: 25% of the Cincinnati Bengals play so far this year have been in empty back 5 receiver sets. So they got the receivers to do it. They got Alden Tate, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, Michael Thomas, not from the Saints, but a guy. And they also got forgot. I don't know.
I forgot too.
They got 5 decent receivers. But what I'm trying to say is, how are we going to match up in our dime? Trevor Williams is going to be on the field. Crevion LeBlanc, Roby Coleman, Vontae Maddox, and Slay. We're going to need everything. Probably one linebacker. If that's the case, it's going to be Nathan Gary. But that matchup is going to cause us some problems, and Joe Burrows will get the ball out of his hands quickly. However, if we play first down great, we could really take the table over, because I saw Joe Burrows in the film I watched, when it's 2nd and long or 3rd and long, if it's 3rd and 7 plus, he will try to hold the ball because he's athletic. He can run, he can scramble. Listen, if you guys haven't watched no Cincinnati tape, check this out. Game 1 against the Chargers, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the 23-yard line. So they're not in the red zone yet. They're 3 yards away from the red zone. They're in an empty back set. They throw the ball, it's incomplete. On 2nd down, they go to the same thing. 5 receiver set, empty back set. And guess what Joe Burrows does? He quarterback draws. This is not him just panicking and running. He hikes the ball and he goes right away and he runs a 23-yard touchdown against the Chargers defense. So we're going to see design runs, and we're also going to see him on 3rd down. Oh, nobody's open. Let me go get something. He's Carson Wentz before the injury. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? And again, if you guys watch me, I'm a Carson Wentz truther. But if you caught my videos, my reaction Monday, I'm kind of with Joey Shakes. The footwork, the mechanics, the sloppy plays are inexcusable. But here's my thing. Like Joey Shakes says, we really just going to just throw it all away. We have to make the right decision. So we got to go through the things. Listen, you got a bad employee at your job. You just can't fire him. He might collect unemployment. He might collect unemployment. So you got to go through the proper channels to fire a guy. And I'm not saying this is a fireable offense for only 2 games, but 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, you're out. You know what I mean? So we have to wait and see perception on this, but it's not pretty. It's definitely not pretty. Let's get to some of these comments, and then I got a couple questions for you, my guy.
Okay.
Philly Fanatic said, with Carson struggling the way he is, Doug got to shorten the playbook, keep it simple, because Carson is struggling mentally. Yeah, that's not a question. That's kind of a statement. But shout out to Philly Fanatic, another Eagles content creator. Go check him out. Yeah, it hasn't been all Wentz's fault. The defense doesn't look like a top 5, 10 defense they have the past few years, and the offense still looks stale compared to last season. Yeah. Let me get your take on Shakes. What's your take on Doug Peterson's play call? I know week 1 was pretty bad, but how did you feel about him in week 2?
I thought we had some receivers getting open. I thought there were times where I think Carson's just been off by like a thread with every pass he's been getting. I don't know. It hasn't been looking good, but I think they need more of a balance with the run game, obviously. But they're running up the middle. They're doing too many things that are too predictable, and I think defenses are catching us. Like, because every team that's definitely studying us now, it's very vanilla. It's very bold. Carson's got to, I'm not seeing enough play action. I'm not seeing enough. I'm not seeing any rollouts. I'm not seeing anything. I see Carson hiking the ball, and he just stays in the pocket, and he just sits there. Like, I watched tape from last year, and as soon as he felt like he was in trouble, I know you have to work yourself in the pocket, but if it's collapsing very quickly, I saw last year he was moving out of the pocket a lot quicker. So I think that the issue is he's got to move out of the pocket. He's better out of the pocket statistically, but sitting in the pocket, and then like when he's about to get hit, he just puts his body to the ground and just decides to take a hit. I don't know what's up with it, but he's got to change what he's doing during the games. But with the play calling, Doug is, I think it's too simple right now. I think it's way too simple. I know simple is okay, but we have to be more creative. We have a lot of speed in this offense, and Doug is just not treating it like a speed offense. I don't even think we have a number one receiver right now because we're not really treating anybody like a number one receiver. Throwing these passes to Deshaun Jackson on the sideline.
We don't got one.
We really don't have one. I think Jalen Reagor is going to be a stud. I think he'd be a stud for another team right now as of right now because of how bad we're playing right now. But it's not. It's just not working out. I think you need to balance that run game, and Carson's just got to make better choices, whether he's audibling to another play or whatnot. I really hope that Doug is not handicapping Wentz kind of like an RG3 moment with him and handicapping him in the pocket and just keeping him there because this guy's career is not going to last if he keeps playing like this.
Yeah, look. I mean, I watched a lot of film on Cincinnati because I know this is a must-win game, and I feel like I don't know why I watched the film because I want to know what they're going to do against us. But at the end of the day, I'm not part of the Eagles organization. No matter what I know ain't going to help them. I mean, Jim Schwartz got to know. And I was disgusted by him coming out saying, I mean, not disgusted because I like he's taking accountability on himself. But really, bro, you had all week and now you're like, yep, my game plan was poor. It was poor. You got to be better than that.
But Mike, I don't think he's got the right player. I don't think he's got some of the right players on the field anyway. This is what pisses me off the most. We have a second round pick on the field. We have a third round pick that's on the field, Davion Taylor right now. It's Nathan Gary can't cover. And, I think Mills has played a lot better, but, I think he still has to work on a few things, but I think he's played a lot better. He's come down, make some good tackles, and he's come down too early when the run's going upfield. Okay, so with this defense, with Derek Barnett and Javon Hargrave, pretty much have to knock the rust off now because it's like, oh, yeah, they're coming back, but I knew when they were coming back, they weren't going to be the same. I knew that something was going to happen where they weren't going to have the same pass rush. And the pass rush was poor. I mean, it was poor. I mean, we should not look like this right now. And if you say that, that Joe Burrow is literally has empty set in the backfield, that pass rush has got to be there. And, they have to close it. They can't keep one side open and let him run. They have to force him to throw the ball and get him on his back foot. And that's all that matters right now. But cornerback-wise, I thought against Cooper Kupp, it was hard, and the Rams were doing a lot of this switch off, handoff motion. Like it confused me a few times when I was watching. I thought the ball was over there, but it was really over here. Like it confused me. So they have to be on point. I think those defensive ends had a huge problem last week because they were just going straight in. They weren't containing the outside. I understand you have to hit your gap in a 4-3, but they have to contain, and Josh Sweat screwed up. Brandon Graham didn't play a good game, so they have to maintain that outside.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people are hard, and rightfully so, on our D-line, who's supposed to be one of the top D-lines in the game. But listen, if you watch the game really watch it, against Haskins, the limited offensive possessions they had because they scored – bang, 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 score, bang, 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 score because of the Carson Wentz turnovers. But let's get to this defense, though. Jared Goff, quick. The only time he wasn't quick was when he was running play action, and he did take long, but the defense was so confused because of the eye candy. You motion two guys left, right, then you roll out the opposite way, and we were confused. We were not disciplined. We were too much with our eyes and not instinct. And that's what happened to Nathan Gary. Every single catch from Tyler Higbee was Nathan Gary watching the play action and then too late to react on his guy. Like I broke it down crazy good in my Tuesday video. I mean, he's legitly waits and he can't, and he don't got the catch up speed. He's not a cornerback, but look, we're not going to get the eye candy from the Bengals. What we're going to get is this. And one of the reasons why they're going to go into empty back set is because they trust his arm. But also, if you go into an empty back set, you have to play your cards. Because guess what? You can't disguise. You can't have guys to the left when you got guys over here. So if you put 3 receivers on this side and 2 receivers on this side, well, guess what? If you're in zone, you're going to show it. And if you're in man, you're going to show it. If you don't show it, they're going to just hike and throw it to the guy right away. So you show your hand, which helps Joe Burrows. And I watched him. They allow him to communicate at the line. So he's going to watch it. He's going to see the field. and he's going to start audibling up and do what he got to do. However, if we win first and second down, we can really get at Joe Burrows because, look, when we play the Russell Wilsons, the Joe Burrows, the scrambling guys, yeah, they scramble for yards, but they're the games we get more sacks. How many times we sacked Russell Wilson last year? I think we sacked him like 2 or 3 times in a game for the simple fact that our defensive line is able to get at the players. I think Jim Schwartz got to bring the coverage down because them quick slants won't be there right away if you got players there. Yes, you might get beat over the top, but at the end of the day, if you're going to get bang, 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 move down, and there's no 3rd and 8s. I mean, the Rams had 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. They're going to convert them because the D line is non-existent. And the 3rd and 2, hike, bang, 2 yards. You got to get him in 3rd, 6+. And that's what I think we need to do to Joe Burrow. And he missed a couple throws when rattled. So, look, if I'm going to grade Joe Burrow as just a rookie quarterback, I think he's a solid B. You know what I mean? This is what I said in my video. The 0-2 Bengals versus the 0-2 Eagles, but they're 2 different type of 0-2s. You got an 0-2 team who was the worst team in the NFL last year, who drafted their franchise quarterback, got a new young head coach, and are trying to find their identity. Then you got the 0-2 Eagles, who got a 5th-year coach quarterback tandem, who revamped this defense, who added speed on offense, and we're 0-2. You know what I mean? They are 0-2 like we're rebuilding. We're 0-2 like, what are we doing?
They're the good 0-2. We're the bad 0-2. That's where it is. Like they're productive. And it's crazy because I'm going through all these games because I have Sunday tickets. I can't get the Eagles games. Obviously, I'm in New York, so I'm going through all the games. I'm seeing just how these quarterbacks are playing. They're playing quick. It's fast release off the arm. And we're just slow motion. I mean, Carson's just slow motion. I don't like his stride and his arm. He takes too much. And then everyone's saying that he gained 30 pounds. I don't know what's going on with that. I've been hearing all he gained a lot of weight. He's been eating too many hot dogs, or I have no idea. He's been at Gito's way too long. I have no idea. But I don't know what's going on, but you're 100% correct. I watched your breakdown of the Bengals game, and it was pretty good. I thought that with Joe Burrow, I think he's definitely going to be a solid quarterback. You put the right pieces around him, I think he will flourish. I'm not a big fan into first year quarterbacks because there's no blueprints on those guys for game planning against these guys. Usually I look into the 2nd or 3rd years on these guys, but if they put the right weapons around him, I think he'd be good. And like you said, this guy's not afraid to run, so I think. We've been very bad against mobile quarterbacks. I think we could all agree on that. We're not really that good, but last year was a different story because I think, our secondary wasn't too fooled by a lot of things, even though we did get beat on plays. But like you said, with the play action, our linebackers got fooled. I mean, they're on the other side of the field. It's just. They need to, like you said, they really have to get their mind together when they're over there and really see what's going on. And Jim, shame on him. At the end of the week, I mean, you can't play just a base and that's it. And these corners cannot line up, 10, 15 yards on a 3rd and short. It's just ridiculous. You're just giving them the yards at the end of the day. You got Roby Coleman, you got Darius Slay, a top 5 corner in the league. Why the hell are you moving these guys back like that? It makes no sense to me at all. But you're right. I ain't disagreeing. I have nothing to complain about.
And shout out to Dan Katz, who said a lot of this leads back to Howie Roseman with the bad drafting. The fact that he picked J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over Metcalf, McLaurin, and Slayton is unacceptable. Listen, I went a step further. For those who don't follow me on Twitter, here it is, at PhillyMike25. I put a tweet out 3 days ago. It got shared around a little bit more than normal because I'm really not a big Twitter guy. I got on here because of YouTube, and it is what it is. However, Terry McLaurin, a touchdown and over $150, over $150 and a touchdown. Metcalf, over $150 and 2 touchdowns. Slayton, $145 and a touchdown. Even Deontay Johnson, you're like, who's that? That is the rookie who was drafted in the same class. All these receivers, Slayton, McLaurin, Scary Terry, Metcalf, Deontay Johnson for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who go check week 2. He had over 100 yards and a touchdown. So all these receivers have 7+ catches, over 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdown, and our guy J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 0. And look, Carson Wentz was super late throwing that ball to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. However, if that's Alshon Jeffrey, he still comes back to it, and it might not be a pick because J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, I did a video about him trying my best to show some optimism, but I showed you what he did in the offseason. Every play, he tails off his route. And he did it again. But still, Carson Wentz on first down, you don't do that. That's a bonehead move. So I'm not protecting Carson from that, but disgusting when you see guys. Who's Deontay Johnson? I mean,
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Picked after again, and if you really want to go, there's people who are picked in the 6th round in that draft who got like 2 catches for 60 yards. You know what I mean? You got rookies this year. T. Higgins caught a bass. Jalen, but these are 2nd round. Yeah, it's just
I don't know, dude. I'm not even sure right now. Like after that second game, I was like, I don't know if Doug can call plays anymore. I really don't. Like, you know how sad this is right now? It's so sad right now that Mike Rowe's offense looks better than this. I mean, that's sad. I mean, not just sad. I mean, really sad. And, you know, we're trying to hire an OC this offseason, and who wants to come here and let Doug call the plays? Most OCs that are used to calling plays aren't going to come here and take a back seat. It's not going to happen. So Doug has all these offensive assistants, you know, Rich Sangrell, and all these guys that are supposed to give the feedback, the game planning, and we look worse. And, you know, I was happy about this whole thing because it puts more pressure on Doug. Doug is in the spotlight right now. It comes down to our quarterback making the plays, but at the same time, it's all on Doug and how they get coached during the week and how he game plans against defenses. And looks like a rookie head coach that has no idea what he's doing right now. So, yeah.
Hey, and I agree with you. Look, the defense can allow 40 points, which they almost did against the Rams, but it's not going to matter. The spotlight is on 2 people, Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz, because, yes, they allowed 40, but why didn't you score 41? You know what I mean? And that is disgusting. As a fan base, we're like, no, we need the defense to be better. But the media is going to ride the hot wave. And listen, we built this offense with speed, and we built this offense to shoot out when we need to. Now, hopefully we don't have to score 30+ every game because we're not going to. But if we need to shoot out, we should be built to shoot out, and we're not doing it. Zach Ertz himself, you can see that contract is playing with his emotions. Dallas Goedert was MIA against the Rams. Do you know why? Now, listen, everybody wants to say how great this offensive line was. It was good. They did their job for Carson Wentz. However, do you know why Dallas Goedert had 100 yards in week 1 and barely anything in week 2? Because go back and watch, we played 81% 12-man personnel. And Zach Ertz was running routes. Guess where Dallas Goedert was for most of the time? Staying in to block. Now, there was times he went out on a route tree, but he stayed in the block a lot more than people probably think. They don't see it in the quick play. The offensive line did better, but it still needed help. And again, this is against the Rams. They have a pretty good D-line. So that's another thing I want to talk about. Against the Bengals, with a not so crazy D-line, we shouldn't have to hold Dallas Goedert in the block. So now you got more people running routes, more people for Wentz to possibly see.
I don't mind the double tight. I don't mind the 12 personnel. The problem, like, why are you throwing screen passes to Zach Ertz? Why? I mean, why are you doing that? I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of like this offense has to change. It just has to. By next year, this offense is gonna be totally different next year. By next year, a lot of guys are gonna go off this team. And there was no way when they were discussing the Zach Ertz the extension, I know for a fact they're not, and they're trying to keep both of them in there. They're trying to keep Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz through contract here to play together. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I told people it's not going to happen because Dallas Goedert, I think, could start for another team right now. I mean, his blocking is becoming almost elite, and just throwing it up to him, he's becoming another possession receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now. So as of right now, like with these tight ends and like he's playing Zach Ertz, he's had some hiccups, but he's playing like it's his last year in Philly, and I think that's going to be the case. And fans are going to be mad over this, but we have to move on. And at the same time, we have to get. I look at what the Raiders did, okay, and the Raiders got rid of a few good players and got some first-round picks, got rid of these guys as they were going to the prime or going off rookie contracts, whatever. You don't want to keep Zach Ertz or keep some guys too late to where they have nothing left in the tank. And I think if you could get something out of Zach Ertz, which I'm not proud of right now, but it's for the team and it's for the cap space. Whatever our cap space stands, that's where it's got to go. That's where it's got to go.
Hey, listen. For those who've been watching me for a little bit, they used to know I used to have my Eagles and Sixers poster, and I got Joel Embiid and my guy Zach Ertz. But let's say this. If I could keep Zach Ertz and find a way, I would try. However, this is a business. Dallas Goedert is becoming a legit tight end in the game. I think the Eagles are scared to go away from the two tight end set because they don't trust the receivers. And right now, I don't blame them. John Hightower looked good in practice. Now, it was only one or two mishaps in week one as a rookie, so you can't just put the nail in the coffin. However, it is what it is. But I will say this. The business decision is this. 2 years left on his contract. He's not going to get a new contract that's going to suit his pockets, so he's most likely going to be let go. So why let him go, walk for free, try to trade him? Now, here's my two things. I believe the Eagles were going to try to trade him at the end of this season and still get some compensation. However, we lose to the Bengals. If we are 2-4 or 2-5 when it comes to the trade deadline, well, we're sellers. We'll sell this year. So I don't want to think that way because I'm an Eagle fan that says this. I think the Eagles are going to the playoffs until they're mathematically out. Until they're mathematically out, I'm going to just keep that one glimmer of hope. It's disgusting sometimes, but guess what? I've been a fan too long. Look, I got this tattoo a couple years ago, right? The reason I got this tattoo, and it's so little and it's all the way up here, is because I got this tattoo when I was 15 years old. On my 15th birthday, my mother had to take me to a tattoo place. They were like, you got to be 16 with a parent signature. Next one, 16 with a parent signature. We went to like 5 different places. Now, this is a while ago because I'm almost 30, but we finally found a place that said 15 with a parent signature, and then I almost chickened out. And so I got it all the way on the top of my shoulder because I was just starting high school. I was a really skinny little boy. But look, this go back a long time ago. It's ugly. It's not ugly. It's the Eagles, but it's like real little and just it's poorly done. But this is what I do. I'm always going to hold out faith. I cried my baby butt off when we lost in 04 because at 04, I was 14. So I got this after the loss in the Super Bowl. But shout out to the Super Chats. Chaos the Filthy said, what's up, Mike and my boy Joey? Shout out to you, Chaos the Filthy.
Shout out to you, bro.
Who's in my fantasy league, and he's doing pretty good so far. I see him trying to make some trades. He had another one, too. What's up, bros? Keep up the great work. Shake Squad, stand up. I think that was on yours. So he did one on both.
Thanks a lot, bro. Appreciate it, man. Much love, man.
My guy, Philly Fresh in here, talking to Kevin Green. I ain't see the other one, but shout out to my guy, Philly Fresh, part of the BBP. You know what I'm saying? We do big things together. We'll be here Sunday at 11 o'clock. But let's take a second for a second. We got 131 people watching on both respected channels. It's not 131 where you're watching, but together it's 131. You can't see the other guys until we put them on the screen. But do us a favor and smash that like button. It takes a quick second. All you got to do is click X off the live chat, hit that thumbs up. If you a Cowboy fan, then hit the thumbs down. I really don't care at this point. Go ahead and do it. But after you hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, come back in and holla at us. Because look, You know what I'm saying? This is what we do for the culture, and we can't go 0-3. Do you know when the last time we went 0-3 was?
I'm not sure. 0-2, I know 2015. 0-3, I'm not sure.
And it was in the back of my head, and I'm gonna shout out my guy Darius Dalton, who said it in a video earlier today, and I try to keep a mental note of it, and I lost it, and I was hoping you just knew it. Hey, somebody in the chat got to know this. The chat is just as knowledgeable as us, if not more at times. Go ahead and let us know the last time we went 0-3. 1999. There we go. That hit the bell. That was the last time we went. Was it 1999? Because again, Darius Dalton. Shout out to my guy Darius Dalton. He definitely said it in his Super Bowl window closing video that I watched earlier today, like around 2:00. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, look, if you're new to the Philly Talk Podcast, check it out. All I ask you to do is type in the Philly Talk Podcast, watch one of the videos. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't, well, thanks for watching. And same thing, if you're new to Joey Shake 22, type his name in, check it out. It's simple. We all know how to spell Joey Shake 72. I mean, some of us might not be able to count to 72, me, myself included right now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely check it out. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that red button. If not, hey, we appreciate you for checking it out. So, hold up. Philly Notion with the $2.99 super chat. He said, late night goat hype. Salute, fellas.
Salute, bro.
Shout out to my guy who go ahead, Philly. I said I'm about to call you Philly Notion. Go ahead, Joey Shake. Show him how he does it.
Hit that subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Love it, man. Philly Notion has got probably the highest confidence and just he's always happy talking about them birds all the time.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna make the chat laugh. If Philly Notion's still in here, listen. My guy Philly Notion is in my fantasy league, right? The dude has Adrian Killins on his bench, just waiting for him to get caught up from the Philly Notion legitly has Adrian Killins on his bench, just waiting for him to get caught up from the practice squad. Shout out to my guy Philly Notion. He's a good Eagles content creator, comes with all this energy. Listen, if we become 0-9, which I doubt it, but a lot of Eagle content creators are going to be coming on here really low energy. Not Philly Notion. That's all I can say.
No, never.
I think the most frustrating thing is when Carson Wentz makes mistakes, he bounces back. Not this year. He gets more frustrated and keeps making more mental errors, and he's folding, bro. The occasion. Hey, yeah, listen. What will be your instant thoughts if we go 0-3? Do you have them yet, or it's still got to be in the moment type thing?
I don't know. I really don't. Like I don't want to say this team is done, but I'm not gonna say they're done. But something's got. There has to be some type of change. There's got to be some type of change. I'm not saying quarterback, but something has got to change. Whether it's play calling, whether it depends what happens during this game. What looks really bad? If this whole team looks really bad, I don't know. Something's going to have to change. You're just going to have to wait until game day because that's the only time I'm really going to know offhand what really has to change.
Yeah, man, I agree because I feel like I agree exactly what you said. I got to know how it happened. Did Carson Wentz throw 2 more picks? Did the defense allow 50 burger on us? Like, I got to see. And again, I am nervous about that spread empty back set. Like I said, if you haven't watched the Eagles versus Bengals preview, check it out. Don't get scared automatically, but it's something we got to worry about. They're not going to come out in that all the time. They want to run the ball with Joe Mixon as well. But look, their left tackle and right tackle have a combined 3-year experience. One's been in the league for 2 years. One been in the league for 2 years, but was out the whole last year. They're not that good. Our D-line has to eat. And Joe Burrow's being athletic. Yeah, he might run for a key third down. 3rd and 8, he gets the first down. But he's going to try to hold the ball on some plays. We got to make him pay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fletcher Cox is still a game-time decision?
So far, what I'm hearing. Yeah. So far.
It's a dominant injury, right?
Yeah.
Abdominal injury?
Yep.
What's your gut feeling? Does he play or no?
I think he's game time decision, but ultimately I think he's going to be out this week. I guess I have a feeling he might.
I got that feeling too.
And it's not going to be good. Because we're back to square one now. I mean, I know Malik Jackson can move up. Malik Jackson's actually probably been playing well. Josh Sweat's been playing pretty well. Brandon Graham had a sack, but they all got to come together. I mean, it's got to be there together. It can't be a couple guys that are showing up. It's got to be that whole line at the end of the day.
Hey, Brad Rice said, if we go 0-3, I'm tanking even on Madden 21, playing everybody under 25. You think Wentz would be lighting it up with that Hurts pick? Now he's just pressing too hard, making too many mental mistakes. You're saying if we got a receiver in that Hurts pick? Well, you know who the receiver we would have got would be Denzel hates Philly Mims, and he probably would hate Philly. And guess what he's doing with the New York Jets? IR.
He's on crutches. He's on crutches now.
And listen, I never like to joke around about somebody being hurt. I don't care if it's the Cowboys, Giants, Washington football team. I'm all about players staying healthy. But this man disrespected the city. I'm still not going to laugh at him. I already kind of did, so I'm going to take it back a little bit. But,
yeah.
Shout out to Al Kabir, the analyst, who also does Eagles content, but he also just keeps it popping throughout the whole NFL. You'll catch a couple Eagle videos there, but you'll also catch some why is Cam Newton good for the Patriots? Why is Josh Allen a great quarterback? Blah, 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 blah. Great guy. With the $4.99 super chat, we need this win, and Carson needs to work on his leadership. By the way, Hurts is a better leader, not a better player. Interesting. What's your take on that, Joey Shakes?
With Hurts, I think I don't think his throwing, I don't think being in the pocket and being very accurate. I think when it comes to Hurts, I think you're looking at a guy that has mobility, that he could probably get away with some things having that mobility. Definitely has more mobility than Carson Wentz. But leadership-wise, I think Carson Wentz takes the cake when it comes to leadership. I think I don't know if this locker room there are rumors that this locker room is kind of not trusting him anymore. The receivers are having an issue with him. I really don't know. I was seeing that when he went to the sideline, nobody kind of came around him. I don't know what's true, what's not true, what's going on behind closed doors, but we shouldn't even be talking about Jalen Hurts right now. I mean, I understand it's obvious just to say let's just throw him in, but you got to be really careful with this. And I think this game is going to be very important to show what Carson Wentz in this offense. I mean, defensively at the end of the day, I know Jim Schwartz can coach, but is he given the proper weapons to use on defense? That is the problem I am having. Okay, he can't control injuries. He can't control who we draft. He can't control who we get in free agency. He's given what he is given, and Jim Schwartz, has done a pretty good job from what he's got. Maybe not this year, but in previous years he has done a good job. But I'm not thinking about Hurts right now. I want Carson to do a good job, and I just want to win this game. I just need him to fix his mechanics, get these accurate balls, and hopefully our offensive line does hold up this game. I don't see why we would have a huge problem, but that's where it's going to come down to this Sunday.
Yeah, shout out to 3-Card Monty. Schwartz doesn't blitz. It's true. Schwartz, a scheme is this. This is what he believes. Listen, and I won't disagree in the sense of this. If you have a dominant front four who should be able to get pressure, and you have a not so good back seven, let's be honest. Jalen Mills, he's been playing pretty good at safety, but we still don't know exactly what he is. The only proven guy back there is Darius Slay. Avonte Maddox got cooked against the Rams a couple times. Nathan Gary got cooked with the eye candy. McLeod is pretty good. Nicole Roby-Coleman, decent. He actually played better than I thought, except for that touchdown he allowed. But again, bad angle, pick play. It is what it is. But let's be honest. If you can get pressure on your front four, any dream D coordinator wants to get pressure with their front four and drop 7 back. You got lanes blocked. You got lanes filled. The zone is better. Now, look, you send extra guys. Yes, there's a chance to get home. However, when you send the extra 1 blitzer, the extra 2 blitzers, if max protection keeps up, there's going to be a guy one-on-one or probably free. You blitz to make sure that the quarterback gets rid of the ball in 3 seconds and it's not good. I did a breakdown against the Washington football team where we didn't blitz, but we played so deep back sticks kind of coverage, which I do not like his sticks coverage.
No.
I hate that.
Or the picket fence we used to do. That used to piss me off, too.
But we played sticks coverage to start the game to see what it was. And the only reason it wasn't a 8-yard or 9-yard completion to the running back was because Malik Jackson popped Dwayne Haskins. I put that in the video. However, if that don't happen, it's a completion. But that was with our front four. I am not opposed to sending a linebacker once in a while because what are they actually doing in coverage? But Jim Schwartz has always been a guy who wants to play 7 and blitz with his front four. And that's why he got a 3D tackle set, which, again, Hargrave finally came back. So maybe we start to see, again, if we get a Fletcher Cox who's fresh, Malik Jackson who's fresh, and Hargrave who's fresh because they rotate. That's the thing. I don't want all 3 playing at the same time. I want Malik and Hargrave and Cox, Cox and Malik. You switch it up. They're always fresh. You always get that penetration. One person don't get double teamed, and you got Barnett and Graham on the outside. But we have to get them healthy and see that full rotation. When the Eagles D-line has been at this best, it's been when we have rotation. Remember Bo Allen? Bo Allen used to come in and play good minutes. Mm-hmm. Good minutes. Bo Allen, all these guys. And Vinny Curry was a guy who came in and got rotation. And now Josh Sweat got to be that guy for Vinny Curry because now he's on IR too. So the D-line will get going. I trust and believe that. And I totally missed the super chat because I'm a slow person. Shout out to my guy Vic 3 with a $5 super chat. He said, congrats to you, Mike, on starting off the fantasy football at 0-3. If you haven't already, please hit that like. First of all, I'm 0-2, and I'm playing against you. And I put Garnu Minshew in, and he did me a dud. So, look, hey, if I go 0-3 in fantasy, I don't panic. Eagle football, I panic. But, hey, Joey, if you had to predict a breakout player in this game on offense and defense, who do you got?
Offense, I have Miles Sanders because I think he's ready to be. He's hungry this week. I'm telling you, he's hungry. Doesn't like his team losing, and I just have him going in this week. Defensively, defensively, I think.
He's like, they all suck.
I'm not saying they suck, but I'm not saying they suck that bad, but I honestly don't know. I mean, we should have a good pass rush this week. This D-line could eat this week. Who? I don't know. If Fletcher Cox doesn't play, I'm going with probably Malik Jackson or at least try to I would be really happy if we had a nice edge with Barnett or Jannard Avery or somebody at this point. I'm not really sure, but defensively, I'm not really sure. I think it's going to be one of these guys on the defensive line that's got to really eat this week or help somebody else. You get disruption in the backfield. You're helping somebody else out, and you're doing your job once you do that. So,
hey, for the guys who are talking bad on Fletcher Cox, let me say this. Listen, in the last 2 years, I'm talking about last year when he was supposedly injured, and this year, we have not seen no type of pass rush. None. However, he's still the best defensive D tackle in the run game. And this is where I always put it. Even Fletcher Cox in his prime, Aaron Donald is the better pass rusher. Fletcher is the better run defender. Mm-hmm. Even still, it goes both ways. Now, the thing is this, though. Aaron Donald is an A-plus pass rusher and a B-plus defensive run stopper. Cox is an A-plus defensive run stopper, but like a D- pass rusher. So he still grades out way better. I'm talking about Aaron Donald. But listen, when I broke down that Rams defensive play where Darrell Henderson had a 45, 50-yard run against us, we were bad because of the motion. It took Roby Coleman out to play where he could have been a key tackler. Jalen Mills, because he's a new safety, was retarded in his head where, listen, if you're a safety and you're the last line of defense, you stay your ground and make the tackle. Okay, say they truck you. Okay, well, he's falling down with you. It might not feel pretty, but you take it. He went in and came at the wrong angle. He had leverage. And you're like, what are you talking about? You got to watch the play that I said. But he had leverage. He had a guy to his left and a guy to his right. So Darrell Henderson can't go left or right. He has to come to Mills. Mills got to stay his ground, make that tackle. It turns to a 15 or 20-yard gain, not a 50-yard gain. However, the last thing I broke down was I said it was Hassan Ridgeway. I'm stupid. It was Javon Hargrave who got pinned up. Number 79 for the Rams. I don't know what his name is, but he destroyed Hargrave. And if that's Fletcher Cox, that don't happen. So Fletcher Cox has been MIA in pass rushing, but he's still a big defensive run stopping cog. I don't know why he can't rush the passer. That's still a question mark to me because he used to be good at it, but he's still a key run defense. And maybe he shouldn't be paid that much because he should be doing both. But I'm telling you, the run defense hurts when Cox is not there. He's a one-man can stop the run type guy. Shout out to Joseph Vega with the $5 super chat. He said, Wentz's problem is he's only using his arm, not following through with his body. He's using all arm, and that's why his passes sail and hit dirt. He did this in 2018. Yeah, listen, he got a lot of things wrong. His legs are too spread apart. His body's not leveled. He side arms. He releases up high, down low. He's just every single pass is different. Can't do that.
No, he's got to go in with the throw. Like I said, like when he made that, I think it was the Rams game. I'm not sure when he threw to the sideline. I forgot who he threw it to, but he like waited a long time, and then he kind of like looked at the receiver and just waited and just like threw this, like he went through this whole motion to throw this ball to the receiver like near the sideline like it was some big throw. I don't know what's up with him. I don't know if these coaches are telling him different things. I just have a feeling that maybe some of these offensive coaches are telling him to do different things. Like, I don't know what Press Taylor's doing. I have no idea. I have no idea what he's working with. Because honestly,
wait. Did you watch the Doug Peterson press conference today?
I don't think so because I'm tired of this. What did he say? What did he say?
He was saying, listen, first of all, I tweeted on Twitter. For those who don't follow me, it's right there. Check it out. I said, listen, I said, is it me or did Doug Peterson answer the question about his coronavirus mask more enthused than any question he got about Eagles football? Secondly, they talked about communication, and he pretty much said, like, yeah, Rich Scanganello in the press box works down with us. Sometimes if I need something, I'll talk to Stoutland, but pretty much everything that any other coach got to say goes through Press Taylor, and then Press Taylor tells me.
That's ridiculous. Dumb. That's just dumb.
It's crazy. Like, first of all, Press Taylor was part of the whole crew. Carson Walsh, Mike Groh, and Press Taylor. And somehow two of them got fired. Press Taylor got a raise.
Yeah. The issue they got to stop doing is they have to stop promoting within the organization. Like look, we're a family, fans wise and everything, but as a business, they need some new blood outside the organization. Like I hate you have Deuce Staley, that's the running back coach, the run game coordinator, one of the run game coordinators, and he's a assistant head coach, giving these guys all of these weird they need to get some new blood in this coaching staff. I mean, I liked Mark Emanuel. I like the new corner coach. I like Aaron Moorhead. I think he's pretty good. So far, I mean, he could coach the receivers, but if the ball's not getting to him, I mean, that's just a whole different situation. But they need to start hiring outside the organization. Stop like Mike Rowe, like that press conference last year with Mike Rowe. Oh, Mike Rowe's going to be here in 2020. Then all of a sudden the next day he got fired. It's just it's ridiculous. So I don't know. Like I'm not good. I think the issue is Doug can't pick. He cannot pick his guys. It's like, oh, we're good friends. You know what? Come on over. You know what, Mike Rowe? We're good friends. How about you be my OC? Okay, no problem. And that's just how it is. It's how it's been. But they need to start changing the ways. Jeffrey Lurie better get a hold of this team before he loses the keys again like he did a while back. So,
hey, Dan Katz said, I think Wentz didn't take the offseason seriously. Can't really blame him for that with having a baby. But all I've seen from him this offseason has been him on a tractor or his baby. Hey, shout out to his little girl. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But look, Carson Wentz, I'm gonna just say something. My guy. But bro, if you lose this game, I don't even know. But I wanted to talk about on your thing. There's a concern here with Jeff Lurie or Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson, and I seen this from the gate. If you guys, for those who are new, because I got a lot of new subscribers on even my own channel, shout out let's take a second. If you're watching from my channel, make sure you smash that like button. It's quick. Hit the X button off the chat. Smash the like button. Same if you're watching for Joey Shake 72. I go by Philly Mike, the Philly Talk Podcast, and there's Joey, who goes by Joey Shake 72. Make sure after the stream, you check out the channel, watch one video. If you like it, go ahead, hit that button. If not, it is what it is. However, in the offseason, I talked about Doug Peterson didn't make a mistake. He didn't say that Mike Groh and Carson Walsh will be here next year, and then the next day, they're fired for no reason. What happened is this. It had to. The writing is on the wall. Doug Peterson thought he had control of his staff and was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. He left that press conference, and either Howie Roseman or Jeffrey Lurie was like this. They were like this. And he came here, and he was like, what happened? He's like, you just said that they're going to be here next year? He's like, yeah. He's like, no, they're not. Now you're going to go say that you did some extra study, and you decided to let them go. But they're not going to be there. He's like, but I want them here. It's my staff. He's like, well, they go or you go. All right, they out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying exactly happened that way, but let's think the writing on the wall. You don't sit there and come out and say yes, 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 to come out and say no, no, no. And what he said was, after further, reviewing of all my coaches, I thought it would be best to let them go. No. You would have said, I don't know, yesterday, and then let him go. So you can tell that Lurie and Howie Roseman stepped in. And now here's my other thing. Doug Peterson says to Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie, I want to be the play caller. And they probably like, okay, if you're the play caller, well, then we are going to bring in the staff. I think Howie Roseman brought in Scanello. I can never say his name right. Richie Rich, I call him. Yeah. He brought in Richie Rich, and he brought in Marty Mornaway to kind of mentor him. But I do believe there's some tension. Like Doug's like, they're not my guys. I don't know if I want to, believe in them. So it's just like a bunch of stuff that, as an Eagle fan, y'all better knock it out. Just play football.
Yeah, no, they just got to come together and get this right. I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't agree with what they're doing, they need to get it right because they know if they just keep doing whatever they're doing right now, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. So I'm hoping to God that they could at least balance this offense out and get Carson on a good path I mean, I can't believe we're even talking about trying to get Carson on a good path at all, because into his 5th year, it's just we shouldn't be talking about Carson Wentz. We weren't really worried about this offense going into this year. I think we were worried about seeing what this defense was going to do with all these really new, exciting pieces to have a brand new secondary that was, from night to day defense that was just very different in a lot of ways. But
hey, tackle this question or this statement to you.
Jerron Dixon says, hey, Joey, I think we should maybe run some plays and do a little bit of play action. And, yeah, I think they got to do something else than just having him in shotgun and that's it. I mean, they need to do something else. Trayvon, you're 100% right. They got to do something else. Like, I think late in the Rams game, they started doing some boots, some play action, whatever. They started doing some different things, and it actually looked a little bit better. They had a little bit of separation, because it's just too vanilla right now. It's too bold. It's too simple. It's too predictable with this play calling. They need to do some different things. You see 2017, even 2018, they did some different things as well. But it just looks like we're doing the same plays over and over, and these corners, this defense is reading Carson Wentz's eyes. I think he's looking down at one guy for too long. Maybe I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm crazy. I have no idea. But he's just too predictable. I mean, you get first game, you get 2 picks exactly in the same spot. I mean, exactly. I mean, you could literally put the shadows together and it would line up. I mean, that's how bad it was. So, I mean, 4 picks in 2 games, and he only had 7 last year. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Hey, my wife just texted me on my phone. She's probably watching. She said, because I got a really bright light on me, and she said, you look too white. My wife is Latina to be, you know what I mean? So of course I'm a little tan. You know what I mean? I just got it. Maybe I should bag the light up. This is the first time. So, rookie mistakes, anyways, JM said, this is going to be JJ Arcega-Whiteside's never mind. Who am I kidding?
That's what it's every game. It's the same thing. It's the same.
That's
thing.
funny. But I want to tackle your man's question after I hit this super chat. Shout out to my guy Joseph Vega with a $5 super chat. He said Philly Mike Wentz did the same thing in 2018. Used his arm and not fluid passing. He fixed it by game 3. But him using his arm affects his footwork. Yeah, listen, he's doing a lot of things. I guarantee you, if you take his body shadow and just crop it out and just make shadows, you could put 10 different passes and it will look like 10 different quarterbacks, but it's all Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
You're like, he throws the ball different every single time. And now I'm looking at my face deeply and I look really, really white. So now my wife is not, now I'm playing tricks in my head. But listen, shout out to the guy who said to Joey about play action and running the ball. Listen, my last part of the Bengals versus Eagles breakdown was enough with the Bengals offense. I'm kind of scared of the spread. Empty back set. This is what we got to do. Baker Mayfield established the run. They ran the ball heavy. The Bengals allow, on average, it's only a 2-game sample size, but let's and you say, oh, but it's only a 2-game sample size. Guess who was the worst run defense last year? The Bengals. Guess who's allowing 185 yards per game on a run? The Bengals. Guess who don't have Geno Atkins and Mike Daniels, their 2 starting defensive tackles? The Bengals. Run the ball with Miles Sanders. And once you do that, the last play I showed in my preview was how they faked the ball to Kareem Hunt and the defense went all the way over there. And Baker Mayfield had 2 options open. He rolled out. And who's one of the best passers on the run? Our guy, number 11.
Yep.
Well, that's what we remember of him. Who knows what is going to actually happen? But listen, when it comes down to it, we can do all the talking we want. Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson, got to play great this game. If the defense plays great, well, then that's extra. But even if the defense allows 35 points, Wentz got to get 40. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how bad the defense is. In retrospect, I really care because I care about the whole Eagles. But we have a big thing that's concerning. It's turnovers. It's Carson Wentz ball placement. It's some play calling. The defense is concerning too, but we'll deal with that later. Carson Wentz got to have a game that he wins, regardless.
But in reality, can you really blame if we're just 3-and-out turnover? Can you really blame the defense for giving up touchdowns? I mean, to be on the field all game. I mean, can you really blame them? I mean, if they're just going to be on the field all game long, that's another thing you have to look at too. Like,
right.
And then everyone expects the defense to always get something done, which they definitely should. But I mean, every series probably not. But you want to line up at least. The defense can at least get a turnover or something. I mean, obviously with the punt return to Cooper Kupp, which pretty much is the only thing that kept us in the game until that was it. Until we were getting drives, we were getting downfield, we were very aggressive, and we kind of just lost it after that. But I don't know. This offense has got to get in good position this week. And Philly Mike is gone, and he's back.
I'm back. Let's see. I'm still white. I don't care.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, yeah. Hey, listen. I actually, yeah. I'm white. It is what it is. I ain't mad at the game. Listen, though. Again, I'm half Puerto Rican. Probably don't look like it. I don't speak it. My wife tries to teach me, and I say, "The Eagles are losing. Get out of my face." Hey, you know how to say Eagles in Spanish? It's Águilas, which is crazy because it almost sounds like.
Oh boy. Nah, I'm good.
Hey, shout out to Jay Kills, who always comes with this Carson Wentz type realistic take or hate. But hey, shout out to my guy. Listen. When Eagle fans bash players or not bash players, at the end of the day, we got one common goal, and that's to win games. We all see it differently, but we all will agree on one thing. Let's win the games. My guy Eagles Atlanta said Mike goes to listen. They see my other live streams. I'm not normally this white. Like even my guy Joey got a nice little tan going.
I got colored lights. I actually have a green, a red, and a yellow light on me right now, and that's what it looks like.
Well, actually, that's another thing. I gotta turn. All right, after I read this, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna tan myself up. Jack of all trades, a master of none. He audibles out of plays that probably would work. His accuracy is pathetic. His loss to the Saints was a preview of how to play against Wentz. The book is out. So what you're saying is everybody knows what he does right and what he does wrong, and the book is out. And once the book is out, you're saying there's no going back. Hey, listen, shout out to you for the $10 super chat. Look, I'm going to say it while I'm ghost, so maybe y'all can't really see me. I'm just kidding. Look, so let me ask the whole chat. Should we bench Carson Wentz prior to game 3? Should Jalen Hurts start game 3? Here's my take. I want the chat to go ahead and rough it out. But look, you cannot bench Wentz until you're 100% crossed every T and dotted every I and figure out your game plan. That's what I'm thinking. I believe it's a 2-game stretch. He can get out of it. If he doesn't get out of it, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I support the Shield. I don't support any one player over the Shield.
Right.
So when it comes to organization, I feel like we got to get out of it. We got a bunch of no's. Now, listen, if it's week 7 and we only won 1 game, let's talk about it because the season's over. Let's figure something out. But week 3, I can't support that. Go ahead and Joey, let me know what you think, and I'm going to try to, adjust my light one more time.
That's all good. I think as of right now, if they lose by like 40 points, then I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I think he would have to, if he was to be benched, it would have to be if the Bengals literally score 40 on us. Like it's nothing. I think that's where it's going to come into effect right there. But to come as a whole team right now, I think it's a beatable team this week, guys. I mean, it's a beatable team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But like, I'm not really even thinking about the Bengals. I did my preview, but I'm thinking more about us than I am the Bengals right now. That's That's the issue I'm having right now. Like I could care less about them. I care more about us than I do about them, because I think we have more of the problems with our whole entire team, not just the players, but the coaching as well. So,
hey, I agree. And as you guys see, when I turn the light to tan, or just not up, see, I got a white light, and so the white light is gonna do the white thing.
You look the same.
Listen, I ain't the darkest dude in the world, so I ain't got some white complexion. I just think I got like that Joey Shake kind of glow at least. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it is what it is. I hate my wife right now. Now if she's watching, she gonna kill me when I'm done. I love you though. Anyways, Joseph Vega said, play action. It don't work. They don't respect it. They hit him while we are doing it. We look so slow doing it. We need flea flickers in reverse with Hurts. Honor, so listen, at the end of the day, you need to sometimes have in your bag that extra trick play, that Sean McVay eye candy type stuff. It does work. But listen, do you know why play action looks stupid? Because week 1, we ran for 60 yards. You know what I mean? They just saw Miles Sanders run the ball for 20 attempts, close to 100 yards. Listen, if Miles Sanders in the first quarter got like 50 yards on the ground, the rest of the game, they're going to respect it to the death of them. So it's all about how you set it up and how you play it. So Miles Sanders got to be a huge part of the game plan. Joey Shake said it. Listen, I was about to just do a brave take. I'm about to say, listen, if we win this game, somebody getting a free Miles Sanders jersey. Like, at this point, this is what I'll do to get a W. I will freely buy somebody in the subscribers a Miles Sanders jersey. A couple months ago, before the season started, I did my first jersey auction, and my guy, Mr. Stanley 23, I think it is, won a Jalen Reagor jersey. So I already gave one jersey away. Bro, we got to win the game. We got to win the game. Simple and plain. You look like a ghost. See, now everybody getting at me. You probably heard me.
You're done now. You're done.
Exactly. It's cool. It's cool. Listen, I'm going to figure the lighting out. I got one light on me. I'm not Joey Shea got like 3 lights on him, he said. I got one light on me, and it's right in front of my face. If I turn it down, the green screen goes away. If I turn it up, well, I'm a ghost. It is what it is. I'll just paint my face yellow next time. So, you know what I'm saying? I get back to my thing on the cheap. What? All right, I don't know. Let's get back to Eagles talk. Listen, y'all can roast me all you want. Yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at the game. It's cool. It's cool. I do look like a ghost, though. Sometimes if the camera focuses in, it's normal, but then I move a little bit. It gets a little, I don't care. The ghost who saved the Eagles seasons, my guy. Listen, this is what we're talking about right now. So, Joey, question for you.
Okay.
When it comes to the defense, do you think we should implement any of these rookies when it comes to Sean Bradley or Davion Taylor? I know our 2 guys. When it comes to like the depth chart, I think it's like Gary, then Edwards, then Duke Riley. Where and how would you implement one of these 2 guys, and who would it be?
I honestly think Sean Bradley would be. I've been a big Sean Bradley fan ever since the draft. So I think he's got great leadership quality. I think he'd actually would have the best coverage skills out of all the linebackers. But the issue is they're not moving guys around. It just seems like this is the time to move everybody around and get it done. Just move guys around and just see what you have, because TJ Edwards, I think half of these guys are good at special teams and can't even play on the field right now. I think that's the case. TJ Edwards, fantastic. Backup safety Rudy Ford, great downfield on kickoff and stuff like that. But with this linebacker core, I don't know what this linebacker core would have been different if Jatavis Brown didn't retire. That was a huge one because we didn't think, whatever. Nigel Brown being released, and you're stuck with a very young core. But I didn't think it would actually be this bad. I thought maybe there would have been a little bit more fight. They get fooled with their eyes pretty easily. Sean Bradley, I seen him come up. I think it was in the Washington football game. He came up he came up against the run and made a thud. I mean, he was doing those thud tackles. He was dropping guys to the ground during training camp, doing a really good job. But his coverage skills, I think he probably had the best coverage skills out of all the linebackers we do have. And just put him in. I mean, I don't know what they have to allow them to do or whatnot. Put the guys that that have a little bit better coverage skills on. If you have to pick up a tight end or whatever you have to do out there as of right now, because they need to move guys around. If we're losing, you might as well move some guys around and try to see what you have. See if you have a diamond in the rough with some of these linebackers. But I don't think Sean Bradley has had the chance. I don't think Davion Taylor has really had the chance either. He's a third-round pick. They should at least give him a shot. But that's just me right now for this core. But Nathan Gary is no better than a backup linebacker, a depth guy, and that's it. That's all I'm going to keep him. I think his contract is up after this year. So I'm not looking to really keep him. He's one of the worst. I think as a product guy, you're good with. He's good as a product guy. You have to throw him in at Mike. Then to make the calls. He's done it before, but I think he has to. I think everyone has to play sound around him to actually do something. So I think Sean Bradley's the most exciting guy I've wanted to see, and Davion Taylor as well. So,
yeah, I mean, we definitely drafted speed at the linebacker position to watch these athletic, rushing quarterbacks. Yeah, man, I would definitely not be opposed to implementing one of them too, because like we saw last week. Too much eye candy fooled him. Now listen, you're not going to get the same eye candy from other teams as you got from Sean McVay. Nathan Gary looked good week 1 week. So we know him as a horrible tackler. It just doesn't pan out. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think if the Bengals go a lot of 5 receiver set, empty bag set, at least 25, 20, 30% of the time, well, then we're going to be so big and dying, we might not see too many linebackers on the field, to be honest. So, shout out to my guy, Kueagle, with the $3.99 super chat. All he said was, fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get it.
Do it.
Facts. Joseph Vega with another super chat. He said, Trevor Williams finally gets a chance to shine. Hey, I think you could see him at the number 2 spot a little bit and definitely see him in dime packages.
Yeah, he's been off the team more than on. He finally gets his chance. Finally, hey, I mean, it's got to be annoying. I think he was nursing an injury from last year. I think that was the reason why when training camp started, they got rid of him. I think that was the case. But he was only, I think, in 1 snap or 2 snaps last game. So hey, Trevor Williams is a veteran. That's a good thing. I've wanted him on this team for depth purposes. So I agree.
Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? At this point, can we get much worse? But let's talk some grand scheme things. This is my first time doing a stream with you. What was your prediction for our record prior to this whole blah in your face?
I said the lowest we could probably get is 10-6, but I had this team having at least 11 wins. Yeah. Don't think so. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. I think it's embarrassing. I think it really is.
I know. Listen. Bro, at the end of the day, my thing was I always said 10-6, 11-5. Thank God we're in a bad division. Listen, and if people say, well, why would you want to slip in at the end of the day and probably get beat first round? Well, because if we slip in because Carson Wentz turns it around and it's the defense or blah, 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 well, we still got to see him play a playoff game. So that's always good if he can manage to get there. But look, I mean, I bleed green, and 9-7 is looking 8-8, 9-7 is looking like we got to win some games to even get there. I mean, I'm talking grand scheme of things when really nothing matters but the Bengals at this point, because the writing will be on the wall. The season will be legitly huge. Like, 1 second. Joseph Vega said with a $2 super chat, appreciate it, my guy. What impact do you think Trevor Williams has this week? You want to take that first, Joey?
I don't know really what he does. I haven't really followed him too much. I mean, I know his career being undrafted by the Chargers and just really having a good rookie year. And then kind of ever since then, he's just been injured most of his career. I think the first thing he's really got to do is just stay healthy. Staying healthy is probably really important. And, you might have something out of this guy. I don't know what he has left in the tank, but he has fought this hard to come back from injury. And he was injured last year. He was with the Cardinals last year. I think he only lasted 2 games, not much. So, when I'm looking at it, because we did face the Chargers a couple years ago, so he did get some plays on us as well. So I think his coverage skills, I'm not sure what he could do. I think I just have to see it with my own 2 eyes during this game. If they're going to put 5 receivers out there, whatnot, if they have an empty set, then you're going to see a lot of playing time from Trevor Williams this game.
I think Trevor Williams is a physical type cornerback. He can play the outside. I think you can bounce Avonte Maddox inside if he's playing well throughout the game. Again, talk about rust. This whole team, the dude hasn't played football, meaningful football in forever. Number 1, top 10 corner in 2017, gets injured. The Chargers try to retain him. They don't retain him. They let him go to free agency. He gets picked up by the Arizona Cardinals, plays 1 game, gets injured. They release him, and now he's a Philadelphia Eagle, on, off, and maybe on one more time. So as Joey Shake said, he spent more time off the team while being on the team than being on the team. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for the Eagles. Right. He's a physical cornerback. I just got to see where the whole Russ issue / again, you saw Miles Sanders say he was gassed playing 60 minutes. And this is a guy who's only missed a couple practices for his hamstring. This guy missed a lot more, so I want to know where his endurance and stamina is. However, I want to talk about Will Parks. I see the chat talking about Will Parks. This is a key person we're missing. You guys watched the first 2 Eagle games. We play a lot of big nickel. Who's been playing the big nickel position? Marcus Epps. Yeah. Really, though?
Not playing well.
Really? Marcus Epps is a special teamer. He's a good guy, but that is what we brought Will Parks here for. Marcus Epps' position is supposed to be Will Parks. Will Parks is there, a versatile defender who can play in the slot against bigger guys, who can move all around. Very versatile, very underrated. I love that 1-year signing, and it's crucial. We need him back, and he's not going to be back till week 6. We can't wait until he's back. But listen, this is exactly why Marcus Epps is here. There's no reason why he should be playing. That's Will Parks' spot. Shout out to my guy Vic 3 for the $2 super shot. Mike, did I hear you say 9-7? Stop it. This guy predicted 9-7 prior to the whole collapse. But yeah, shout out to Vic 3. That's not. It's a wait and see. First of all, can we get a W first? Because 9 even sounds pretty big at this point.
Please, yeah, we really do.
So Joey, do you got anything on the top of your head that you want to discuss?
I think that what you said about even Will Parks, like being that moving piece, even when he was in Denver for 4 years, he was that, moving piece that can move anywhere. I think, seeing some of these players that have left this team and have been successful elsewhere, you take a linebacker like LJ Fort that probably should have been here, and got an extension with the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously we saw Aguilar in that primetime game with the Raiders with 2 catches, but everybody was making a big deal about that. But you take Will Parks, though, like I said, he could move all over the field, and losing Malcolm Jenkins was pretty big. And I want to ask you this probably. Do you think this defense has found its leader with Malcolm Jenkins being gone, or do you think it's kind of something that's still going through the flow of motion right now?
Yeah, that's a good topic to bring up. I think the defense is still trying to find the leader. I think Ronnie McLeod is trying to be that guy. You want to look at a guy like Fletcher Cox, but being probably the best player on our defense overall, highest paid, all that good stuff, the most longest tenure there, the veteran, but he just doesn't show it in that situation. A lot of the leaders always normally come from a guy in the secondary. They're just a guy who's amped up. Jalen Mills was an amped up guy, but I don't think he's in a position to do that. So I think it got to come from Ronnie McLeod. Darius Slay, you would think could do it, but who wants to listen to the first-year guy on the team? Blah, 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 blah. So I think we're still trying to find that identity, and I believe if Malcolm Jenkins is here, he helps the defense in the sense of just galvanizing the group. Not really playing well, because we see him struggling a little bit with the New Orleans Saints. I think he can galvanize the group where his leadership trumps his actual play, which makes him respectable, reliable. I think he can bring more value to a team like the Eagles, where they love him here, than the Saints. They remember his Super Bowl ring in 2009-ish, but he was a young pup, and these guys don't respect him for that exactly. So I think when it comes to a leadership, he can offer more for Philly, but he got the bag over there in New Orleans, and we got to find our guy, because who are we going to lean on when times get tough? Like last week. Listen, defense played horrible. We were down 21-3. But there was a time in the game where it was 19-24. The defense had a solid 5 or 6 minutes in the third quarter where they played great. They got Jared Goff off his spot. They were not blitzing. They were getting at the passer. They were doing a lot of things. They stopped him from his 13 for 13. We looked good. We got back into the game. Now Carson Wentz threw a bonehead interception. However, 19-24. We need to stop. Get the ball back and let's have one more drive. Yes, our offense coughed it up, but we need one more drive. And that's when Darnell Henderson, whatever his name is, ran for 50 yards. And there was a lot of things wrong with that one play. And one of them was, that was one of the plays where Fletcher Cox rolled out of the lineup to get a breather. Hargrave, who's new to the game, got to get in game shape, got beat badly, open up the hole, and then everybody else was wrong too. Listen, if that play turns into a first down run for 4 yards, maybe the momentum is on our side and we get off the field. Who knows? It's a what-if type game. Football, listen, one missed attempt, one missed play can be the end or the beginning of a good story or a bad story. It's a game of seconds. It's a game of inches. You win by it, you lose by it. Sometimes you don't ever get that second chance. And listen, no matter what we can say, we're 0-2. This team needs to show its resiliency, which we've seen in the past. They got to put their big boy pants on, look at themselves in the mirror and say, listen, we're trash. We got to be better. We're not trash, but we're playing trash, and they got to be better all around. There's still too many talented people on this team to be 0-2. You got to finish.
Yeah, they have to. Get your crap together, guys, because this team needs to get together. And like I said, I really hope we don't lose that resiliency. I'm telling you, it's sorry to say that the more injured we've become, especially previous years, the stronger the team gets. And that's something that's not really supposed to happen. And a lot of teams don't have that. But we look at these other teams in the league and what they're doing offensive and defensively, and we are just struggling I feel like we're just learning how to play football right now. Like, we didn't even have an offseason. Obviously COVID and everything that hit in March really screwed everything up, and it really did. It really affected not just our lives wanting to play football or wanting to watch football, but our lives as just a community, just getting through it. And finally, when the first game for the Eagles comes and they play like that, like this is what we've been waiting for, and you see them play like that, you get pissed off because now you're thinking this team was not prepared at all before the season even started. Like, we're hearing, whatever happens at training camp happened at training camp. Whatever these beat writers are putting on, who's making plays, what's going on, you figured, hey, this offense is actually going to turn up and play very well. It could be one of the top offenses in the league. But it was the total opposite. And now we're realizing, not just from the players aspect and the coaches, but this is going far to the organization, the front office. What are we doing in the draft? Why are we hiring, signing these high free agents that, you're kind of, I didn't expect to sign a defensive tackle at Javon Hargrave being the 6th highest paid defensive tackle in the league. I didn't expect that whatsoever. I expected a corner to be signed, which we did. I think Darius Slay was one of the best signings on our team, definitely. But we were over $60 million over the cap, which we really shouldn't be worried about. But why are we even over that much right now? I mean, why? I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad contracts. You have Alshon Jeffrey sitting there right now that's just collecting all the cap space right now. They tried to trade him the past 2 years, even though they said they haven't been trying to trade him because with the Link-Frantic injury that he does have, it's a 9-month recovery, the same thing that Jalen Mills had. And, Alshon Jeffrey might not be here until probably week 4, the latest week 5. But even though you can have the best receivers on the field right now, at the same time, if Carson can't get his stuff together at the end of the day, these receivers are not going to do anything. They can get open. I mean, you look at the tape I saw on Twitter of John Hightower, especially in the first game, and John Hightower was open probably 5 to 7 times in that game, but because of the pressure and what was going on, it is what it is. But they got to get together, man, because there's only so much patience I have with this team. I have no sympathy when they can't even get the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands and accurately. So it's just getting on my nerves right now. So we're just gonna have to see.
Hey, Joey, at the end of the day, and this is why I was so hesitant to ever do any play-by-plays, because as an Eagle fan, y'all see me here talking cool, calm, collective. I'm not that way during the game. Every single misplay or play, I'm all over the place. And yeah, man, it's frustrating, especially when we pour all this into them. You know what I mean? But listen, maybe one day we could be like this guy, Joseph Vegas. Shout out to my guy with the $5 super chat. He said, Mike and Joey, relax, man, relax. We will go 11-5. They will beat the Bengals, 49ers, Steelers, and catch the Ravens sleeping. I'm telling you, we win 4 or more straight. Bro, shout out to you, my guy. I'm going to take a little shotty McShot. This is exactly why I don't do late streams, because this is what we do. But we're going on an hour and 32. We got a little bit more for you guys. But if we can have this confidence, I'm with it. Listen, so you're saying with us being 0-2, we pretty much go 11-3 the rest of the season. So we lose 3 more games. Shout out to you, my guy. I mean, I would love to say it. I mean, I could say it. Give me a couple more shots, I'll be saying it.
It's just these are the games we should be winning right now, and we're not.
Perfectly said.
And it's only going to get harder. It's not going to get easy. And it starts out with probably San Francisco being away on prime time in front of on national television. So, yeah, man, it's only going to get harder. I mean, that middle of the schedule, the Saints, the Packers, the Ravens, the Niners is going to be actually an easy one if they stay the same type of injury they are. Possibly no Kittle, Garoppolo. 3 guys on our D-line, Richard Sherman. I mean, you could probably take advantage of that. And at this point, why not? I mean, I'll take advantage of anything I can if I'm the Eagles. But look, it comes down to, is Doug Peterson the guy who can get us out? Is Carson Wentz the guy who can get us out? I'm looking this year for answers. This is a big year for us. I'm not just talking about, let's just go to the Super Bowl. Of course, that's the ultimate goal. But we got questions. Is Jim Schwartz the future D coordinator? Are some of these guys on defense going to be here next year? A lot of one-year contracts. A lot of big contracts who are not doing nothing. Is Doug Peterson being complacent? Super Bowl. Playoff. It's still 2 playoffs, but the playoffs are going down. Second round, first round. Are we making the playoffs this year? Jeff Flurry's a guy who doesn't want to stay complacent. It's Doug Peterson's going to get the benefit of the doubt because he brought a
organization a Super Bowl who hasn't got one in 60 years. But what is the future for this team? This year is big for the future. And it sucks to say this, but this week 3 game is super huge for the future. Because let me just tell you this. We lose this game, a lot of decisions are going to be made. Do I agree with all these decisions? Maybe yes, maybe no. But they're going to be made. I guarantee you this. If we win this game, then it's like, it's not, the panic's not over. But it's like, let's see. Let's see. Listen, as I said many times, for the people who are new coming in here, I rock with the Eagles until we're mathematically eliminated. We can't be mathematically eliminated till like week 8. So we could be 1-7. I'm gonna be like, hurrah, hurrah. Not really though. That's kind of demoralizing. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's gonna be big decisions if we lose this game, and so like I'm anticipating Sunday, but it's a scary Sunday. We should win. We need to win. I think we're gonna win. I'm a gambler. Week 1, I won $900 some dollars. I posted on YouTube. I could have won $1,100, but I got scared of the Saints game. I cashed out early. This is off a $50 bet. A $50 bet. I won $910. Could have won $1,100. I have one rule: never bet on the Eagles. I could be confident that we're gonna win. It could be 2017 Eagles. I still don't bet against them. I don't bet on them. Because I feel like if I put my money on them, I'm going to juju them. I'm all about that superstition. I make a lot of bets. I bet MLB, NBA, NFL. Some of my bills get paid by gambling. I never bet on the Eagles. It's just my thing. And I can say when I think we're going to win and I think we're going to lose. We should beat the Bengals, but we should have beat the Washington football team.
Gave the game away. The statistics don't show what the Washington football team did, but they barely had half field advantage, really. They literally had short field advantage. They didn't have to do much that whole game. So, and then I said to myself, they have a good defensive line, but their offense, we didn't get beat from one side of the field to the other by Haskins at all. We didn't. Like, literally, we just put them in really good spots on turnovers. And it really showed when they faced Arizona the week right after. So we gave up that game. We gave that game away. And the Rams game was like we need to come back and show what we are type game, and that didn't work out either.
Go ahead, Joey, take that one.
Israel Roca. Sorry, I apologize if I can't read. How y'all feel about the offensive line right now? You want to take this real quick?
I like it. They did say in the press conference that Herbig is going to move to left guard and Matt Pryor is going to play right guard. For this reason, we just saw Nate Herbig get pretty good at right guard because his week 1 was disgusting. Week 2, he played better. However, Doug Peterson described that when we watched these guys in the offseason, Nate Herbig was a guy who played better on the right, but still solid on the left. And Matt Pryor's the guy who played a little bit under on the left, but pretty dang good on the right. So if you want to maximize the strengths of the guys, Nate Herbig is a guy who they said can move to center, can move to right guard and left guard. So they're going to be okay with moving him to left guard, Matt Pryor to right guard. So now you got JP at left tackle, Nate Herbig at left guard, Jason Kelsey, Matt Pryor, and big old Lane Johnson. I still think you're going to see some 12-man Dallas Goedert blocking a little bit on certain plays, not as much as he did in the Rams game. Miles Sanders chipping. But I feel like against the Bengals, who know Geno Atkins, know Mike Daniels, the run game should be, listen, if you can't eat in the run game without their 2 best defensive tackles, and Geno Atkins is an all-pro. Like, he's not no slouch.
Oh, no.
You got to get that. So I feel confident in the offensive line. How about you?
I'm confident in it. I mean, look, like Matt Pryor, we had the issue, but when he was trying to be a left tackle for us, and Doug was kind of hiding that he played bad. Oh well, it's only Sunday was just a setback, or like he played horrible. I mean, Josh Sweat had 9 sacks on him, pretty much. So, I think we all like Matt Pryor on the right side. I think Nate Herbig is going to be that swing guy. This is a guy that came into this team, and he knows 4 positions. The more you know, the more worth you have. So with Nate Herbig, this is a good thing to know, not just for this year, but for the future at least. You get to see what you have because, is Brandon Brooks going to be able to stay healthy for another year? I have no idea at this point. But I like the offensive line.
What is your take on Brandon Brooks? Like, he's a great player, but he's been missing a lot of time.
That's the issue I'm having. He's missing a lot of time. I mean, it's one Achilles, then the other Achilles. What's going to be now? The left pec, the right pec, the left trap, the right trap. What is it going to be? I don't know at this point. But I have to give Brandon Brooks credit because he's already passed a walking boot right now. Like he came back from it, bro. I don't know. It's same thing with Rager. Same thing. Like he just put his mind to it. It was 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it was, and then it went to 3. And then it went to pretty much 1 to 2 weeks, and he was back. So Brandon Brooks, I love the guy. I think we made him a Pro Bowl guard. He turned himself into such a great player, and I mean I wouldn't mind keeping him definitely. I kind of do still want him here. I don't think it's like call it quits, but I think he should be here next year. And I think having Nate Herbig, Jack Driscoll, some of these guys. I think we did find some gems. It's only going to week 3 right now, so I think we just have to go down the line a little bit more and see what happens.
Hey, yeah, listen, when it comes to, real quick before I answer this, listen, I don't understand. A guy who can heal so quickly, have Superman powers to heal, but he don't got Superman powers to withstand the injury. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Shout out to my guy, Joseph Vega. Carson spent all week fixing his issues. Trust me. You called him? You got his number? He told you that? He doesn't want to lose his job. He just had a kid. The defense will be great this week. It's just rusty. Listen, look. I love your optimism. Listen, I share it. I'll share it all I can. Listen, I got the Eagles winning 27-20. I got my breakout offensive player is Miles Sanders, and I got my defensive player and Darius Slay with his first pick of the game for pick of the season as an Eagle. I think we're going to play better. Their empty sets scare me, but I believe we can create mismatches on the D-line against their offensive line and rattle Burrow. So I'm going to give you that. Listen, I think we win this game, but going forward, I got to see a football team that got a good game plan, that got a quarterback who, listen, bro, Joseph Vega, you've been subscribed to me for a minute now. When I used to just sit there with like 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, listen, I'm a Carson Wentz guy. But even the realest Carson Wentz guys got to realize it's up to him now. The ball's in his court. Hopefully he throws to the right side of the team.
I'm hoping he throws the wrong way because this is a guy that threw over Burrow threw over 62 passes with no 60. Picks, 61 or 62 passes, something like that, and that hasn't with no picks, and that hasn't been done since the 1950s. Like that's how crazy it is. Like if that was Carson Wentz throwing over 62 passes, I don't even want to know what the outcome of that is.
Well, last year we had a couple 50 passes for Carson, but hey, shout out to Wheezy. He said, what about Prince? He's on the practice squad, and that was weird. Listen, when Vinny Curry and Craig James got injured, we brought up Sua Opeta and we brought up Prince Tega, right? That's who we brought up, Prince Tega.
Yeah.
So we saw something in Prince Tega. We put him on the practice squad and we brought him up. I think he's raw. He's raw. You're talking about a rookie with no training camp. You're saying, whoa, Jack Driscoll's a rookie with no training camp. There's still different scouting in the sense that we picked Driscoll in the 5th round. We took Prince Tega undrafted. So there's potential, but there's something missing. And so that's why I think they're kind of hesitant on Prince Tega. But look, the offensive line against the Bengals should be fine. Yeah. And shout out to your guy, Eagle Slayer. Yeah, mixing again with that bad offensive line. Hey, he does what he does. He got the bag and he got to do it. But I want to say something to your point, and I lost it a little bit. The last thing you said was about what did you?
I talked about the passes. I talked about he threw over 62.
Yeah, listen. Joe Burrows is a guy who, again, he just threw. Carson Wentz had to throw 50-some passes. Joe Burrows, you're seeing a lot of young Carson Wentz and Joe Burrows. Now, he's not prone to throwing an interception, and he will scramble on you. So the containment got to be at an all-time high. We all know that the Eagles D-line allows running quarterbacks to get them key third downs, the big plays. We got to watch that. But he holds the ball long. We got to get there with our D-line.
Is having Jalen Hurts backing up Carson Wentz a curse or a blessing? Mike.
Listen, for people, I would still say I didn't support the pick because I thought there was something we could do. Here's my two guys I'm looking at. Zach Baum for the New Orleans Saints, who really hasn't got much playing time yet. But Christian Fulton out of LSU, cornerback, who plays for the Tennessee Titans. These are guys I'm watching because these is who I would have picked, one of them two, with that pick. But listen, if Carson Wentz goes down later in the season, Jalen Hurts is our guy. He goes down tomorrow, probably Nate Sudfeld's the guy. Actually, it just depends who he has dressing because he dresses different people each time. However, I will say this. People say him being behind them is messing with Carson Wentz's psyche. You can't have that mindset. If a guy behind you messes with your psyche, but then you're not that mentally tough, and that don't rock with Philly, one. It don't rock with a lot of NFL teams. You got to be bigger and stronger than that. You got to want to show that, well, listen, I ain't scared of nobody. My position is sealed because this is what I do. Now, Philly fans are Philly fans, and a couple bad passes is what it is. But Carson Wentz gave Philly fans the reason to say, bro, what's going on? He gave it to him. So it's up to Carson Wentz to get it out. I'm a big Carson Wentz supporter, but at the end of the day, I'm all about the shield. It's the shield.
Yep.
And I love McNabb. I love Brian Dawkins. I love Brian Westbrook. I love Reggie White. I love Randall Cunningham. I mean, they're all gone. And Cunningham was when I was super young. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. So, the backup quarterback has been important in Philadelphia Eagles history. I mean, it got us a Super Bowl. We can't forget that. I still believe Carson Wentz was huge in that Super Bowl run because Nick Foles needed home field advantage and all that good stuff. But, like, bro, you can't sleep on the backup quarterback. How do you feel about it?
Look, after we picked Jalen Hurts, like I mean, the Eagles were excited about it, obviously, like over the top excited about it, which I really didn't get. But I was actually looking for KJ Hamler to get drafted. That's what I was kind of looking for. But I was really seeing what Howie was saying a couple weeks after the draft, and like I understand, like it's not expensive to go. It's expensive sometimes to go out for free agent quarterbacks, like to have like a Josh McCown, like even though he didn't get paid much. But you look at guys like on the Saints with Drew Brees getting that $50 million for the next 2 years. You got Hill, they got 2 years, like 12. I think it was like $12 million, something like that, guaranteed. And then you go out and get Jameis Winston. Like you got to do all these moves. But I get why they did it. They did it so you have a backup quarterback in there 4 years with a 5th-year option. He's in the system. He's with the guys. So a backup's not coming in like has had no game time with all the no chemistry. I understand that, but at the end of the day, like it's a second round pick. Your first and second round pick should be on the field. Your third, fourth, fifth rounder should be role players. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's where it all comes together. But they're doing everything backwards. Like we have a second and third round pick right now that's not even playing right now. The Eagles are rewarding players for past. They're not rewarding them for year-by-year basis. I think that's a huge thing as well. It's like you did something really good a few years ago. Well, you're going to get an extension. You're going to get paid, or you're going to get a nice bump. That's the issue I'm having. They've had favoritism on the veteran guys more than the young players. Like if a veteran guy gets hurt, we got to go in free agency. We got to go get somebody. Not just, you don't just throw somebody, you should be throwing somebody in there. Like you got to see what you got, because you can't be paying everybody left and right. You don't build a team through free agency. Free agency is to fill your needs, your gaps at the end of the year, or the guys that you really need that you're not going to hit on the draft. And that's a different story. But when it comes all together, and in the end, before the season starts, you got to have the right guys on the field. And with these picks, I mean, you take the 2017 draft, you really have nobody except Derek Barnett and Nathan Gary coming out of that draft, and that's really where and Derek Barnett's worked out for us, but not really. And Nathan Gary is just a safety turn linebacker from Nebraska that, I think finally folded into a linebacker last year. I could probably agree he probably finally molded into one. But as of right now, we just don't have the right pieces. I still think we're missing some pieces, but they need to get right with this roster, but it's too late now. We need to go into this game, go into week 3, got to beat the Bengals, got to get this done. And that's it. Like, at the end of the day, like you said, the shield is all that matters at the end of the day. Like, you can love the players. Whatever's good for the team, I will agree with anything they do. Even if we hate it, it might work out, it might not. They've done stuff to piss us off. They've done stuff to make us happy. But we haven't seen any magic trades. We haven't seen that Howie-esque. We haven't seen the magic, and it really hasn't been there. I think he's afraid. I think he hasn't really took any chances. I think it's just really not there. And I think we just know he just can't evaluate talent, period, to be on this roster. And you've made pretty much the example of drafting J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and that's a perfect example. So whatever the team wants, I agree with, but, or I'll try to agree with it and try to go past it, but This is a must win. I mean, honestly, every week is a must win to be 1-0 every week. But this game for week 3, it's very important. It's diehard important. It's desperately important that we need to play, at least try to play well and beat the Bengals. Because if we don't, something is going to happen, and it's not going to be good.
I agree 100%. Like this, look, last week was a desperate win. Could have been a desperate win because 0-2 is ugly. Haven't done it under the Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson era. 2015 was the last time we did it. But 0-3 is a different type of ugly. It's a different type of check the management. They're going to start. Jeffrey Lurie is going to start from Howie Roseman to Doug Peterson to every staff member to every player on this 53-man roster if we start 0-3. The old guys, not the young guys, but the old guys will all get looked at, including Carson Wentz. So I'm not ready to give up right away after that with Carson Wentz because, again, I think we put our money where our mouth is and we have to just check out all the available situations. And if a trade option for Carson Wentz to an offensive coordinator that's like, hey, if I get my hands on Carson Wentz, I can do a lot of good things with him. Well, then you still got to show confidence in the guy. You can't pull confidence away and expect a first-round pick from Kyle Shanahan. Because, think about it. Maybe Carson Wentz goes over there instead of Jimmy Garoppolo. What could he do with the run game and the defense and Kyle Shanahan calling plays? I don't know. Don't want to think about it. It is what it is. However, you win this game, you're 1-2. Let's play it out. Listen, I'm a gambler. The Giants play the Niners. Giants stink, but the Niners are so beat up. I think the Giants can take the Niners. So the Giants are 1-2. Washington plays the Browns. L. The Washington football team is 1-2. The Dallas Cowboys play against the Seattle Seahawks. 1-2. The Eagles beat the Bengals. 1-2. We could be looking at the NFC East at a 4-way tie at 1-2. Now, that still will put Washington football team ahead of the division because of the blah, 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 blah tiebreakers. But you're looking at a 4-way 1-2 division. Disgusting, yet satisfying. I always love to quote the Lion King. Shout out to me. Hey, I got kids. I got a 5-year-old who I made sure he watched the Lion King. Lion King's an old movie. We watched the new one, we watched the young one, but disgusting yet satisfying. No, slimy yet satisfying. But anyways, the Eagles go 1-2, Dallas 1-2, Giants 1-2, Washington 1-2. If Carson Wentz has a come out game, how do we all feel? We're not giving Carson Wentz the automatic pass because we got to see more. But how do we look at Carson? How do we look at this team? And I'm not telling you guys to just celebrate and enjoy because, again, it's the Bengals. But you're talking about week 3, 14 more games. 13 more games. I'm crazy right now. 13 more games, and it's a solid tie throughout the division. Hey, now it's build off it. Let's see if Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson and his defense continues. It was only the Bengals, but guess what? We got some room to breathe. We feel good. We can actually talk smiles throughout the week. We're not like, well, this is how bad we were this game. Well, look at this. Look at this. Like, when I broke down that Rams game, I had the most horrible time doing it. I just had to do it. I want to talk about wins.
Even if you score 40 on the Bengals, are you satisfied? And do you think this team is taking a corner? Do you think no?
I think it's a start.
Right.
But I think I think it's something we could build off of. But it's not like, whoa, did you see that 40 burger? Let's go. We going into the Niners. No.
I agree.
But Joey, will it not make you say, all right, because remember, the Bengals have a bad defense, but they lost by 3 to the Chargers, who are 1-1, and they dropped 30 points on the Browns. Who are the Browns? I don't know at this point. But listen, if we beat, all right, let me ask you this. What is your take if we beat the Bengals by 15 or 20?
I mean, obviously, if we look somewhat normal in this game, if we look like we can actually, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about the start of the game. If we at least look normal throughout this game, but we're still making mistakes, I'll probably feel a little bit better. But even though I'll still feel bad, I'll still feel better, if that makes even sense. But they have to just look like they're a football team. And at least if you play a game and you do well, but you make a few mistakes and you lose, okay. But even though I'll still be pissed if we lose. I don't want to lose. That's it. I don't want to lose this game, but I need to see I just want to see some good passes. I just want to see that Carson Wentz is in his mojo. I just want to see that. I just want to see the it factor we've been missing. That's that little it factor we've been missing. And that's what I want to see. That's all we got to see. I think I'll be happy if Carson Wentz looks good and I'll feel better. Honestly, I'll feel better. Swear to God, I'll feel better if Carson has a great game and the defense plays like crap. I'll actually feel better just because Carson played well. But I'll still be mad because of the game. But you know what I mean.
Joey, I want to ask you a question. Describe the type of it factor you want to see from Carson Wentz, if you can.
Poise in the pocket. I want to see not a flustered Wentz. I want to see him move out of the pocket. I want to see him once that if we get they get pressure on us, starts moving out of the pocket. I want to see just him commanding this offense, looking like he's got some swagger on the field. Just playing angry, just playing just concentrated. That's all I want to see. I just want to see him, miss a pass, and he's just he's walking off the side. They show his face when he's walking off the sideline before commercial break. I don't want to see that. I got to see him do more. But Doug is going to be a big factor in this too because he's got a game plan better, and it starts from there. So, it's all up to Carson Wentz and Dougie P with this offense right now. So,
hey Joey, that's perfect. The it factor. Listen, we were as Eagle fans and probably play personnel staff, coaching staff, whatever you want to call it, in the Eagles organization are saying, Carson, don't run because every time you run, you get hurt. However, I want to see the Carson Wentz that dips a guy in the pocket, rolls out, and just makes plays with his arms. And I'm not even opposed of him running the ball. But again, old Wentz is going to run the ball and get hit. This Wentz can still run the ball, but don't dive, don't take the hit, slide. Slide. Use some
down.
baseball, whatever, the cha-cha slide, the electric slide. I don't care what kind of slide. Just do it. But I want to see the mobilization of Carson Wentz, the rollout, the, as you said, the poise. A guy who we saw 4 games in a row last year.
And stop. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
but stop. Just don't hesitate. Like, I see him in the pockets. Just stop. If you see it, throw it. I mean, that's it. Don't be like, and I'm just like, throw the ball. Just throw. If you see it, throw it. Why are you getting, like, we've seen Carson throw in very small windows. We saw it that Redskins game at the back of the end zone with Miles Sanders. We saw these crazy passes that a lot of quarterbacks really can't do, but we got to see that this game. I mean, we got to see it.
Yeah, Sean Stepp said, no fan will be happy with an ugly win. If Carson and co. leaves a ton of points on the field, then all we still feel is the same way. Hopefully, Quez and Alshon will be ready for next week. But that's the thing. If we get an ugly win out, but we get confirmation that Quez Watkins and Alshon Jeffrey's back, well, then here comes back the optimism. Well, maybe this is what we need to get over the top and blah, 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 blah. But listen, Carson Wentz got to be something like he was last year in the last 4 games. You're talking about Deontay Burnett, Rob Davis, Josh Perkins, Boston Scott, Greg Ward Jr. as the number 1 receiver. Zach Ertz injured and was able to command the troops. It was against the Giants, Washington, Cowboys, Giants. However, one silver lining is the Washington football team beat us this year already. So we can't say they were so bad last year. I know it's different coach, different culture, all that good stuff. It doesn't matter. We looked horrible against them this year. We looked good against them once last year.
Yeah.
Or twice, but once at the end of the season. We just need a guy who's, like you said, is going to be poised, take accountability, not lose the game. That says this: Carson Wentz makes a couple good plays, but if he's feeling it, blah, 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 you know what? I'm going to live to play another down. We'll punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense instead of throwing a pick and having our defense in a bad situation. Shout out to Dak missing, tired of Wentz attitude. If we're 0-3, start Ertz. I know this guy just got in here, and he's just saying it because, listen, we've been on the Hurts Wentz highway. And 0-3 start will decide us. There'll definitely be talks. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not just riding Wentz jockstrap, but at the end of the day, if we're 0-3, the season is most likely over. You want to see Hurts, but when do you want to see him? You want to get him some more routine. You don't want Hurts to come out there and look bad too, and now Philly calling for Hurts' name too. Like, put Hurts in a better situation. We have to let Carson Wentz play, hopefully some good snaps, so you can auction him off. Listen, if we're 100% done with Carson Wentz, we got to auction him off. Like, we're not going to release him. We can't even think about getting rid of him releasing wise until 2022. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to get rid of him next year, it got to be a trade. Get something back. So you got to auction him off. So yep. The Carson Wentz situation is either going to grow bigger the wrong way this week or start to come back. Listen, there's been Carson Wentz haters prior to these 2 weeks. We all heard the offseason. Carson Wentz is still not the guy. Now, in the first 2 weeks, he's proven them guys kind of right. But it's not over yet. The fat lady hasn't sung yet. I got a fat lady next door, and I've been listening. She hasn't sung yet. A couple little melodies, though, so she's getting ready to sing.
Yeah, no, they got to get together. I mean, I didn't think he was going to look like this coming into this year. I really didn't. I really didn't. Like, I saw defense was making a lot of plays this offseason. You know, they were getting to him. Obviously, the offensive line was shuffling this whole offseason. We really couldn't get a standard, offensive line on there. They just got to make better decisions. He's got to make, Carson's got to make better decisions on his reads, and just throw the ball and just get it out there and stop being afraid. Because I don't want to say he's afraid, but he looks like he's afraid. He's hesitant. He's afraid. He just can't. Does something happen at home? Is there something going on that we don't know about? I don't know. It could be something we don't know. But I think at the end of the day, the weeks are just gonna show, and I don't think throwing Hurts in there is gonna fix our problems. It's not. It's not gonna fix our problems. He's not gonna come out. It's gonna be like a whole nother a Nick Foles situation all over again or whatever. I haven't talked about that guy in a long time, and that's just like cutting it. But if we know he's done and he's just not going to get it back, we'll know. I think you would have to wait. Like, I think week 4 or 5 is like the limit. I mean, I was giving myself this week to be the limit, but we're just going to have to see. If he doesn't even look like he even got this much better from these past 2 weeks and getting his mind straight, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Hey, yeah. And like I said, shout out to everybody. We still got 151 people watching. Maybe people just jumped in. We've been going 2 hours and 5 minutes strong. We about to give our closing thoughts. But before we do that, make sure you smash that like button. And when I say 151 people, you're probably looking in your chat like, no, it's not. We're live on 2 channels. We're live on the Philly Talk podcast, and we're live on Joey Shake 72 channel. So do us a favor. Wherever you're watching, if you haven't done it yet, click the X button off the live chat, smash that like button, come back in. We're going to give our closing thoughts. And if you haven't checked out the other person, go watch a video. My last video is my Eagles preview. His last video is, go ahead and tell him what it is.
I forgot what my last video was. I make so many videos every day. Yeah. I forget, honestly.
So, hey, there's times where he put out 3 videos. So listen, if you're on my channel and you love Eagles content and you can't get enough of it, listen, I give you 1 video a day. Sometimes Joey will give you 3. So definitely check my guy out.
Appreciate it, man. Check out Philly Talk Podcast, but really it's a big come up for him. I mean, this year has been very successful for him. So if you guys have it, the Shake Squad Army in my channel, if you guys have not checked out Philly Talk Podcast, and he's doing more than what I'm doing. I mean, he covers the Sixers. I mean, I don't even have time for that. I can only cover one team, and that's it. But especially with his breakdowns and what he does, it's very, very professional, and he knows his stuff. I mean, I don't know if you played football in the past, Mike, but I played in college for 2 years, so I kind of somewhat know the game, obviously. But I think as a lot of these Eagles YouTubers have been really on the big come up. I think Philly Talk Podcast is one of those very successful channels that pretty much you get a little bit of everything. Even every Eagles YouTuber brings something different to the table. Philly Mike's got a lot of passion for this team, and I hope to get on this channel a lot more. I think we have a lot more to do. So.
Oh, yeah. Listen, this is the first collab with Joey Shake 72. We will definitely do more of this, probably some pre-games, some post-games. Like I said, this was just thrown out there. I was not prepared. I came on my own channel talking about doing a 30-40 minute stream. My man Joey Shakes was in the comments. I said, you available? Let's go.
Yep.
Like Joey Shakes says, I try to bring a little bit difference. I know I try to break some news, some stories, and also gave you some game footage because, sometimes you just want to know what happened. Where did it go wrong? Because when you listen, there's times I watch the game and I'm like, we sucked here. But when you watch the all 22, which again, it's a Game Pass access to NFL Mobile. Anybody can watch the all 22, but it's $100 fee. You pay $100, you get it the whole year, but then you get the coach film. And then by the coach film, I do my own little metrics and break down the game and say, wow, like that, like I said, that 40-yard run, there were so many things that went wrong. If one thing went right for the Eagles, it probably changes. And it's just mind blowing when you actually see it. It sometimes it hurts the soul even more. But yeah, man, definitely Philly Talk Podcast subscribers, go check my guy Joey Shake 72 out. He's been here for a long time. He's been here probably right around or even longer than Philly 500, I believe, right?
2000, I think, yeah, because I started in 2016. That's when I started.
Hey, so you got to be a Wentz guy.
Yeah, I was. I am still a Wentz guy. But
He's like, I am.
But but pretty much on my channel, I'm mostly a news guy, I guess, but I've upgraded the channel over the years. Obviously, you check my videos from day one. It's a huge difference to now. I think everybody is like that. You look at your old videos and you get cringy every time you watch them, and it's like really weird. But I pretty much like I do my post games. I might do a live stream during the game this Sunday. I don't know yet. I'm trying to find a day to do it. I'm around a lot of people, so I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm hoping to do it this Sunday, but every Saturday I do my Q&A. I'll be doing a Q&A tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., so don't miss that. And I have a pretty bad mouth, too, so when these live streams come on my own, it gets pretty bad. So if you guys are not into it, it's pretty bad. So, yeah.
But there you heard it. 7:30, is that what, Eastern time?
Yes.
7:30 Eastern time. Go sub them up and go check it out. I'm not going to be on that with him, but you'll definitely see me come in the chat and always show my guys some love, some support. But this is the first collab from me and Joey Shakes. And again, I told you I don't do late night streams because I'll be on the grind, but I had to take it in with you guys. I bring in my whole, new thing. I'll make sure I'm not as white next time. I'll figure it out. But hey, shout out to Joey Shakes. Like I said, let me get this one real quick. Dak missing, $1.99 super chat. We're not going anywhere. Let's rebuild.
I know.
I had to say that word. Go ahead.
That's a bad word. Rebuild is just.
I like to think of it calling retooling.
a tweak. A little bit of a tweak.
A little tweak. No, but listen, that's the thing. We thought we could tweak it, and so far, we're not. But hey, Sunday's game is going to be gospel. It's going to be are we selling? Are we buying? Are we destroying? Are we building? What are we doing? We'll find out this Sunday. Like I said, smash that like button for wherever you're watching it. But go ahead, Joey Shakes. Let us know your closing thoughts on this whole stream. Week 3. Give us the closing thoughts. And wait, give us your closing thoughts and also let us know what you got coming up for your channel.
At the end of the day, guys, go into this game with a good attitude. And look, I know it's hard. 0-2 is hard enough. Go into this game with a good attitude. Carson needs to get this offense on point. We need to get this offense on point. Just get this done. The running game's got to be there. The play calling can't be predictable. We gotta look like a normal football team here. And it's do or die for the Eagles. The big week this week. So defense has to be stout. We gotta get to Joe Burrow. Hopefully get some picks. Hopefully Darius Slay can lead the way, and that's what I'm hoping. We can at least get Joe Burrow off the back. Trying to get some pressure on him and do some good things there. And we at the end of the day, we just got to play football. We just have to play football, no turnovers, and it's obvious what we have to do. But Carson Wentz is the most important piece, obviously, so what has to be successful to make all the other pieces work in this offense. Okay, good blocking up front and get this done. So I'm going to say a prayer. I don't pray. I'm not Christian, but I'm going to say a prayer, and I'm going to pray to God that I'm not going to have another meltdown this Sunday. So, futuristically for this channel, I'm hoping to do more collabs soon. I just did one. I did one with Nitro Freaky Espy the other day. Did one with Nitro Freak yesterday. Philly Mike for the first time, which is great because me and him been trying to do something. But hopefully do a big collab soon because I actually really did enjoy with Lord Brunson's channel. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was pretty cool because it's nice for us all being together and just giving our insights of what's to come. And really just going to have news post-game after, hopefully a live stream during the game, a post-game afterwards, and then doing a big live stream Sunday night as well. Don't know what time, but you'll see a post for that. So that's what's coming this weekend.
Hey, definitely. And like I said, either we're going to I think the guys are willing to do another round table. It's going to be a forward thinking round table or a downgrading round table. So we're gonna see that. And again, I go by Philly Mike for the Philly Talk podcast. And like I said, establish the run. The run game is going to be so key. I know all eyes are on Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, and I understand why. But to win this game convincingly, run the ball, and I guarantee Carson Wentz, even with guys like JJ, Greg, Ward Jr., even John Hightower and Deshaun Jackson will be running free because the play action is going to be so deadly. Because, listen, the Bengals got to sell out to stop the run. If the run don't work, they don't got to sell out. If the run works, they got to sell out. So listen, check my game film breakdown. Eagles versus Bengals. We run the ball healthy. We'll be good. And on my channel, I will be doing a pregame before the game. I don't know what I'll be doing in the game. Hopefully not crying like a little baby. But listen, after the game, I'll talk my talk. But on Tuesday, I will be doing the breakdown of the game. I will be showing you all 22 film, either the good or the bad. If it's the good, I'll be like this. If it's the bad, I'll be like this.
Oh, no.
So, listen, that's what we're going to see. And like I said, shout out to my guy, Joey Shakes, for the first time collab. Appreciate you for letting me be on your channel. You on my channel. It's all love. We're still rambling. We still got $124 watching us. Appreciate it. Eagles subscribers, loyal to the core, tough. And we're going to get a round table. We're going to hit up the people, 500, Shakes, me, Gate, Fresh, and LB. But go ahead.
Little side note. To the Philadelphia Eagles, show some pride. Show some heart. And let's get this going, man. We could do this. Let's get this win, man. We need it. Please.
Let's go.
Please.
Let's go. So, with all that being said, like I said, appreciate all y'all for stopping by. If you haven't done it, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It's just a way to saying, y'all guys are the realists. And so, with that being said, you guys know what time it is. And it's way late. It's almost 1 o'clock.